today we're going to be working on a 2002 Lexus LX470. We'll be changing out the factory sub here, so we'll show you how to take all this trim off and access that, and then we'll get that changed out. Alright, so our first step will be taking off this cover right here so that we can access the side panel. So it's going to be 5 screws holding that in. Now that we got those loose, we can just pull up on this panel. And you can use a pry tool for this too if it's a little difficult. And now we've got that off, we can move on to the side panel. So our first step here is going to be taking out this clip. And we're just using our pry tool to pull this up. There we go. And now that we've got that loose, we'll take out this up here. And you're just going to spin that counterclockwise. And then that comes out. And then next we're going to have some bolts up here. So for this seat, it's a 14 millimeter. And you can just pull back this rubber cover that's on there. Alright, and so here we'll take out this 14 millimeter. There we go. And now that that's loose, we can take out this T20 Torx right here. There's that. And then this little piece of trim right here just pulls down and away from this panel, because there's these 2 clips here, and those slide up right there. Alright, so now we're at the front of the panel here, and we're just going to pull this rubber up for this seat belt. And we'll do the 14 millimeter here as well. And we'll keep this with the seat belt. And then next we'll move to this step right here. So we're just going to pry up these little bits here. And then there's going to be 2 10 millimeters here that we'll take out. Now that we have those out, this just pulls straight up. And then lastly, this piece kind of holds in the corner here, so we're going to pull it up. And then there's just 2 clips here, and then it kind of clips into these with the sides. And then now that that's out of the way, we're good to pull this out. Alright, so before we pull up the side here, we're just going to take the weather stripping and lift it up, at least around the edge to here. You do want to be careful with this because they do have some sealant in here that can get on your fingers and rub off on all the beige trim, so don't do that. And now we're just going to pry around the edge. There we go. And then, alright, and now we'll pry here. There we go. And so now we've got all the clips out, and we just need to pull the carpet around the edge to get the trim fully out. Alright, so now the carpet in the middle here, we're just going to start pulling this up. There we go. Now that that's out of the way, we can pull up on this panel. And then we're going to have one plug in this back corner. There we go. And now we've got this full panel out of the way, and we can access the subwoofer back here. Alright, so we have the factory sub and enclosure here. First step is just going to be unplugging this 4-pin connector. There's just a clip on top for that. Then we're going to have some 10mm bolts around it that we'll be taking out. And then some of the sound deadening we added just to test earlier with the aftermarket sub. So yours might not look like that. We'll go ahead and take these out. Now that we've got all the bolts out, you can just pull on the top here and lean it towards you. There we go. And then after that, you lift up to pull it all the way out. Alright, so to take this out, it's just going to be 4 of the Torx. It's the same T20, and those are in each corner. And once you have those out, you can just pull up on the sub. We've already taken this out, but if it is a little hard to come out, you can take your pry tool and kind of lift up just to get the seal off. And then the subwoofer here is normally just soldered on, so we've actually cut and added quick disconnects here. But when you connect the aftermarket sub, you will need some quick disconnects on this side, just depending on the sub that you have. Alright, so we have our subwoofer ring here. We've gone ahead and added the foam tape to either side just to make sure no air leaks through. And so we're just going to line that up here. There we go. And once that's lined up, we can go ahead and put our 4 screws back in to hold this in place. Alright, and now that we've got that tightened down, we can go ahead and put in our sub now. We're just going to line up our mounting holes in the corner. And then we're going to tighten these by hand just to make sure that we don't break the adapter or pull anything out. And when you're tightening a speaker down, it's best to put 1 screw in on one corner and then move to the opposite side corner and put that one in. And then do the same for the other side just to make sure it goes down level. Go. And then for the box itself, we've done some sound deadening around it just to help out because the box did kind of resonate or vibrate a lot at certain frequencies, and this helped out a good bit. We also added some polyfill on the inside, which is kind of debatable on if it helped, but our charts did get to seem a little smoother on the frequency response when we did that. Alright, and so before we put the sub back in, I do just want to point out some of the sound deadening back here that we did as well. This metal on this back wall here is pretty thin, and it can kind of vibrate pretty rough too. So putting sound deadening back here will help if you experience any bad rattles. And to put this back in place, we're just going to lean it in at an angle again. And then the main thing is you want these two screw holes to be kind of lined up here. And then there's going to be two little notches right above these two top bolts, and those need to go into the metal. There we go. Alright, perfect. So now we've got it all lined up, and we can go ahead and put in those 10 millimeters. And I like to just loosely put them in first, and then I'll go around and tighten them all. There we go. And then lastly, we'll just plug in this 4-pin connector. And now we're ready to put all the panels back in. Alright, so to put the panel back in, we're just going to lean it at an angle and go ahead and pull the carpet up around the edges here. Just to tuck it there. We'll do the same here. Tucks into this little channel right here. Now that we've got that in, we can go ahead and plug in our plug back here and set it fully into place. Alright, so we have this plug back here. We're going to get that reconnected. There we go. And then we're just going to lean the panel back, and we're going to line up this clip at the very bottom. There we go. And from here, it's just kind of working your way across. This side's a little higher up over here, so we're going to go to the opposite corner by the door and just line it up next. Alright, so here we're just going to line up these two clips and push those in. There we go. And then push the top corner in. And then we'll do the rest as it goes back. And then right here, while we're here, we're just going to go ahead and put the weather strip back in. And then now we'll move back to the rear. Alright, and then here we're just going to pull down and make sure everything's lined up, especially this clip in the corner and this one on the far end. There we go. And then just feel around the panel, make sure everything looks like it's flush and everything's in. There we go. And now we're ready to start putting all the bolts back in. Alright, so first we're going to put our clip in down here. And then next we've got this to go in right here. We're just spinning that clockwise to get it to go back in. There we go. And then next we'll move over to this middle area. Alright, so we've got our panel here, and that's going to slide back into place. Just like that. And then we have our Torx that'll go in the corner here. There we go. And then we'll put our bolt in here. There we go. And then the rubber cap just slides right over it. There we go. And then next we'll move up to the front here. Alright, so now we'll move to this one up here. And we're just screwing this in by hand just to make sure it doesn't get cross-threaded at all. There we go. There we go. And now that that's tight, we can slide the rubber boot over it. There we go. And next we'll move on to our trim down here. Alright, and so this kick panel here is just going to go into place. And you just want to line up these two clips on the bottom here. There we go. Perfect. And now we can do the step. Once those are in place, you just have to line up these markings here. There we go. And now we've got everything reassembled with the aftermarket sub in. Alright, and so now we're ready to put this back on here. And for this, you just need to line it up and press down to make sure all the clips go in. There we go. And now we can put in the 5 screws. There we go. Now we've got that panel back in place.